Reber, and today we are having the first ever processed versus fresh chili cook-off. I'm going to show you how to make a meal for your family that is inexpensive, healthy, quick, and delicious by comparing a recipe for chili that uses processed foods versus one that uses fresh ingredients. Now, usually processed foods have a pretty bad reputation for being high in sodium and fat and just all around bad for you. But today I'm going to prove that wrong using these chili recipes. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to make my recipe for chili using processed ingredients. And this is a pretty basic chili recipe. This is how my mom taught me to make chili, and it's really easy. Some people think it's hard to make chili for some reason, but it's really easy and it's really quick. So the first ingredient that I'm going to add is some plain diced tomatoes. And one really big advantage to using the processed canned version as opposed to fresh tomatoes is that you would have to blanch and peel and chop the tomatoes all yourself, and that would take a really long time. But it's already done for you, so this is much easier. So we're going to add those into our large soup pot. The next ingredient we're going to use is some more diced tomatoes, but these ones have jalapeno peppers in them. And this is just going to add some more flavor to the chili and give it some nice heat. So add those to the pot again. The next ingredient is one 15-ounce can of chili hot beans. And these beans already have some chili sauce in them, so they're going to add a lot of flavor to the chili. They have a bunch of spices already in them that you don't have to add yourself, and they're really good in this chili. Alright. The next ingredient is 1 can of kidney beans, and I just rinsed these beans in a colander and removed all of the packaging liquid that is in the can with them. And doing this kind of removes some of the sodium from them, which is good. Add those to the pot. The next ingredient we're going to add is some chopped onions. And these are actually frozen chopped onions. And they're really convenient to use if you don't use a lot of onions in your kitchen. If you need to use them for a certain recipe, you just pull them out of the freezer, pour them out, and they're ready to go. The next ingredient I'm going to add is a pound of ground beef. And this beef has already been browned in a skillet on medium-high heat, and I drained off all the grease. So we're going to add that right in. The next ingredient is some garlic powder. I think garlic is a really good flavor in chili. Makes it taste really savory and good. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of that. Alright, and the next ingredient is some crushed red pepper flakes. This is just going to give the chili some nice heat, a little bit of spice to it. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of that as well. And the next step is just to heat it up. I'm going to bring it to a boil on high heat, and once it reaches boiling, I'm going to reduce the heat and simmer it for about 10 minutes. And this is just going to make all the flavors marry together and let the soup all combine. Alright, my chili is all done. It has been simmering, and now it is ready to eat. I topped it with some shredded cheese, but if you don't like shredded cheese, you could also top it with anything you want, such as noodles, crackers, sour cream, anything like that. This is one of my favorite recipes, and I really enjoy eating it, so I'm going to give it a taste. Yeah, this chili recipe has a good kick to it, but it's also not too spicy, so don't worry if you're not a huge fan of spicy foods. So I told you this was a chili cook-off, and I'm going to tell you how this chili recipe using processed foods compares to the recipe that uses fresh ingredients. And when I did the math, I found out that the processed version actually was $4 less expensive, it had less calories, and less sodium than the fresh version. So it was definitely the clear winner. And so this kind of just goes to show that not all processed foods are bad. It can really help you save time in the kitchen and help you put a delicious, healthy meal on the table in a snap.